This is just another number bringing you the next Y2K scenario. A lot of us have heard about this extra planet that enters our solar system every 34 to 3600 years, depending on where you do your research. But where did these stories come from? It starts with an ancient culture called the Sumerians. The Sumerians were a very advanced race as far as ancient cultures go, and many say they were advanced even by modern standards. It has been claimed that the Sumerians had vast knowledge of our universe and could predict events within our solar system without flaw. The Sumerian carvings and writings that have been discovered say that they worship the Anunnaki, a reptile-like creature whose vessel came from the sky like a storm of fire. They also believe that we were genetically engineered as a slave race by aliens. But those claims have been made on speculated translations of cave drawings. Many of the Sumerian art that people have used to support the Nibiru theories are simple pictures of our solar system etched into walls and rocks, which depict our area in space with an extra planet. People often claim that because they have done their research or gone to this school or that, they are more intelligent, when in reality, intelligence is not simply knowledge, but the ability to weigh that knowledge with common sense and reason. If the Sumerians were wrong, then so are those who believe their depictions are anything more than history. We know that our government uses every disaster they can to push the envelope and do what they previously couldn't. Look at 9/11 and the events surrounding Hurricane Katrina. Two different disasters, both used to their fullest. Why should this be any different? If there really was a giant planet that appeared out of nowhere, about to enter our solar system causing untold chaos and destruction, wouldn't they use it? It would be the ideal rally point for a new world order and a tighter system of control. But people think this was covered up, when the truth is you are meant to believe that Nibiru was not only real, but covered up. It's a grade A smokescreen. And how unlikely is it that one of the oldest cultures known to us was wrong? We are to believe that the government cropped out a portion of Google Sky and replaced it weeks later with this image. This is the image originally claimed to be at these coordinates. And this is the evidence to supposedly back it all up. And if you don't think that Photoshop can create an image like this, think again. People have even gone so far as to claim they have Nibiru on camera. And here is the simplest explanation as to how you can achieve this effect with almost any camera. Is this a top-notch photo of Nibiru? Or simply an optical illusion that you can easily move and manipulate, even going as far as placing it over other objects? Obviously, there's no planet here, but this is the evidence that we're presented. So what is this smokescreen's purpose? To keep brilliant, creative, and free-thinking young men and women distracted. While some of our smartest activists have been looking to the stars for the next event, it is being prepared here on Earth. Increased terror training across the country, carbon taxes, new world currency, switch of concern from Al-Qaeda to domestic nuclear attack, Constitutionalists demonized. FEMA expansions. Increasing amount of CCTV cameras across the globe. Globalization through the Federal Reserve Bank and its associates. And the brink of a third world war funded by the Federal Reserve. These are the building blocks of the 2012 events that will unfold, and they will cause untold chaos and destruction. But these things will not come from some ancient religious prophecy, but by the hand of the corrupt. And let us not forget what happened after Y2K passed. 1 year later, 9/11 occurred. Then Nibiru came up. They said it would be here in 2003. When it didn't show, the clock was reset for 2012. This is a prophecy that simply will not come true. The people that are saying that these images were cropped by the government have fallen prey to a lie. If it was the government, don't you think they would have done a little better job and put up a replacement photo immediately? Or was it just the easiest way to start a new conspiracy theory? Don't take my word for it though. As always, the only thing that I insist on is that you do some research and weigh your results with common sense. I urge anyone to further educate themselves on this topic and do an internet search for Nibiru and Nibiru history. When asked, are there any credible threats to our planet coming in 2012? NASA responded, nothing bad will happen on our planet. Earth has been getting along fine for more than 4 billion years, and credible scientists worldwide know of no threat in 2012. Here are a handful of other questions that NASA has been asked. I genuinely believe that if the Nibiru threat were real, they would have us being tagged and barcoded to be stored underground in the name of preserving the human race, not covering it up, letting the biggest natural disaster in history go to waste, which is very much against our government's nature.
Hi, my name is David Morrison. I'm a space scientist at NASA Ames Research Center. For the last 2 years, I've been answering hundreds of questions from the public about 2012 and the supposed threat to Earth. And so now I want to take a chance to talk to some of you more directly. There is no threat to Earth in 2012. There is no danger. All of the talk about a doomsday is a big hoax perpetuated on the internet and with people trying to make money. So please don't worry about it. Let me talk about some of the specific things. There's been a lot of talk about a Planet X or Nibiru as a giant planet that's going to hit the Earth or at least come very close in December 2012. Simple fact is Nibiru does not exist. Aside from worrying about the weird places the ideas came from, all you have to do is ask the astronomers. If Nibiru or Planet X were going to come into the inner solar system in 2012, astronomers would have been tracking it for the last decade, all over the world, amateur as well as professional, and it would be visible now to the naked eye. It's not there. It's a no-show. There's nothing to worry about some object coming and striking the Earth or damaging us. There's also been concern about a so-called galactic alignment, because in December of every year, the sun is roughly in the direction of the galactic center as seen from Earth. This happens every year. It really doesn't mean anything, and there's nothing special about 2012. If you're not worried about December 29, don't worry about December 2012. In fact, alignments although it may sound scary to some people, are just not an issue for scientists. There are no special forces when planets align or the sun aligns. It's sort of a curiosity, but not something of real scientific interest. There's also been concern that somehow the Earth's poles are going to flip. No one quite explains how this could happen, and if you're talking about the rotation pole of the Earth, that can't change. It never has and never will. Some people, however, are concerned about the change in the magnetic polarity, a shift of the North and South Pole, which does take place every few 100,000 years. But there's no reason to think it will happen in 2012, and actually no evidence that it would do any harm to us, even if it did happen. Some people couple this with ideas of solar outbursts, of flares, or coronal mass ejections.